All right, so the fourth objective of Chapter 1 is going to list the various types and characteristics of computers along with the advantages and disadvantages of each type. We're also going to look at the features of the two main computing platforms, which include Macs and PCs. So in purchasing a computer, your computing needs and your wallet should be your guide. So decide, what do you need? What do you want? Do you want something portable? Do you want something that's going to stay in your home? Do you need something with a lot of processing power? Or something just with which to take notes, watch movies, browse the web, listen to these PowerPoints? Okay, so it's really all up to you. What do you need your computer for? Okay? Answering these questions will help you decide what kind of computer is best for you. Desktop computers have evolved from units having individual monitors and towers into an all-in-one system where all components are located on the back of the monitor. Laptops are portable with the keyboard and mouse actually built into the housing. Convertible notebooks, tablets, netbooks, all are gaining in popularity because of their size, low cost, and specialized features. Notebook computers are portable with the keyboard and mouse actually built into the housing. Convertible notebooks, tablets, netbooks, and sub-notebooks are gaining in popularity because of their size, low cost, and again, their special features. PCs and Macs are the major contenders, platform-wise. A computer platform is determined by the microprocessor in the system and operating systems on which applications can run. There is much debate over which is better, yet it comes down to preference, compatibility, and cost. Some users like PCs because they are the preferred platform of business and are very cost-effective. Others favor Macs because they are user-friendly, they have great multimedia features, and they get less viruses than PCs. So here's a chart showing you these two different platforms, PC versus Mac. The advantages of PC, the advantages of a Mac, the disadvantages of a PC, and the disadvantages of the Mac. Okay, I sort of already mentioned the advantages. The disadvantages of the PC, more often affected by viruses, operating system instability. Sometimes if you're running Windows, you're going to run into some operating system instability. That's just how it is. If you have a Mac, some disadvantages of that would be that it's more expensive than a PC. These are beautiful machines, I think. I'm a PC person, but I love Macs. They're only built by Apple, which allows them to be more expensive. There's not really any competitors in that market. And they also have more limited business software options. If that's something that's important to you, then you need to think about that. So the book would like for me to talk to you a little bit about ergonomics. Ergonomics is the relationship between users and their workspaces. Ergonomically designed workspaces are intended to maximize productivity by minimizing operator fatigue and discomfort. Proper ergonomic design considers posture and monitor location. Okay, so your monitor should be below eye level. You need to sit up straight, okay? Don't slouch over in your chair. Use a footrest if it's possible. Keep your elbows on an armrest bent at 90 degrees. And I feel like a hypocrite as I tell you that as I sit here on one of those little bouncy ball chairs and it has no armrests. Okay? And then take frequent breaks. So get up, walk around, okay? Give your eyes a break from looking at the computer. Give your body a break from sitting. Okay, so that's some helpful hints on ergonomics. An improper workspace will eventually, over time, start to affect your health, your comfort, and your productivity. Okay, ergonomics are important, and practicing them correctly is important because it can help prevent repetitive strain injuries, which can develop over time and then can actually lead to like a long-term disability. A friend of mine is a paralegal, and she currently has both of her forearms and her wrists in, what should we call it? Not necessarily a cast, but you know, a splint, I guess. And that's due to her constant computer use. So this really does happen. Objective 5, we're going to talk about other personal computing devices. Mobile devices are the fastest growing segment of personal computers. It's estimated that by 2020, smartphones will be responsible for 81% of total mobile data traffic, compared to 76% at the end of 2015. So that's going up 5% in a year. So maybe we can say they're going up about 1% a year. Smartphones combine features like internet and email access, digital cameras, GPS, mapping tools, all kinds of different things. We can also use them now to edit documents, to access thousands, if not millions, of mobile apps, and also to play games, whether that's with just by yourself or with multiple participants via the cloud. Okay, so basically it's a little computer in your pocket. By 2018, so next year, eMarketer estimates that over 1/3 of consumers worldwide, or more than 2.56 billion people, will own a smartphone. That's a lot of smartphones. All right, so let's talk a little bit about GPS. GPS stands for Global Positioning System. And what GPS actually is a satellite-based navigation system that's composed of 24 satellites. Signals transmitted from the satellites are picked up by receivers on the ground. And then, through the triangulation of the signals, they can determine the receiver's location and the speed at which that person is moving. Okay? These signals are used in applications that determine position, location, and movement. And they say that you can be tracked to within 3 feet of where you actually are, just thanks to the global positioning system, which could be very handy if you're lost somewhere. But, you know, there's a downside also. So always be thinking about your privacy. Okay. Wearables. Wearables are small, portable, hands-free computers worn on the body. We use them for health monitoring, communications, military operations, and for entertainment. And so we see a picture of Apple Watch there. Okay, that's an example of a wearable. In addition, you have your Fitbits, the Google glasses, even though they're a big failure. So anything you can wear on your body that has some sort of computing element in it is known as a wearable. Video gaming systems are computers that were originally designed just to play games. Imagine that, okay? Many of our systems now have very high-end processing and graphics capabilities. We don't just use them to play games. We connect to the internet, we play movies, we play music, we talk to other people all over the world playing the same games that we are. All right, so video game systems have come a long way, okay? Handheld gaming devices use cellular or Wi-Fi wireless networks, and this enables you to take your game with you wherever you go. Oops, sorry, I skipped over a slide. Okay, so let's talk about various types and characteristics of multi-user computers. Multi-user computers include servers, mainframes, and supercomputers. Servers facilitate file sharing, print sharing, and emailing client computers. Mainframes or enterprise computers are large servers that process millions of transactions a day. And you're usually going to find this type of system in really large businesses such as banks or insurance companies. And don't worry, we'll get into clients and servers a lot more as we progress through the class. Supercomputers are very expensive computer systems that are designed to perform a limited number of tasks as quickly as possible. They perform complex mathematical calculations, such as those used in weather forecasting and medical research. A supercomputer can consist of a single computer with multiple processors, or it can be a group of computers that work together. Computing that distributes the processing of a task across a group of computers is called distributed computing. Grid computing is a form of distributed computing that is done on a smaller scale and uses a few computers just in one location. Volunteer computing is another type of distributed computing in which computer owners in any location donate their computing resources, such as processing power and storage, to one or more projects. So if you're interested in ever doing that, you sort of volunteer your computer to assist someone who's doing some research. Okay, you can see here this little screenshot. That's from Stanford. Okay, you let them run a piece of software on your computer, and it can happen while you're asleep, so you don't even notice. And then you're helping, with a big research project. So make sure it's legit, of course, but it's something nice that you can do. I'd like to stop there, and we will move on to Objective 7 in the next section. Thank you.